What's eating you? Psychology Eats is here to help you. What's eating you? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? Well, today, as you can see from the thumbnail, I have to tell you something about myself, about an ungrateful moment that I had. But before I get to that, I want to say hello to all of my new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know a lot of my friends and family have been pushing, and working with me to try to get to my 1K. And we are literally less than 5 people away. So we're going to get there. We are going to get there. And we will be at 1K, and then I will be able to go live and take this channel to the next level. But first, I want to talk about, before I get to my ungrateful moment, I want to talk about this wig. So, this is a wig my sister purchased from luvmehair. Now, this is not a paid promotion, but you know what? Sometimes you got to manifest what you want. So, in the future, I could be a paid, be paid to promote their wigs because I really, really liked it. My sister said I didn't really do it for her, but I said, well, let me try it and let me see what it's giving me. So I pulled it back, but here's what she's giving. Here's what she's giving. And the hair feels really, really good. And then in the box, if you haven't purchased from them yet, you get a lot of cute little accessories, which I love accessories. So your unit comes in this bag, and then you get like the hair thingies, ties, wraps, the hair wraps. So you get the hair wraps. They gave me, well, her, because she gave it to me, a hair clip and a little pouch with some accessory stuff in it, and a wig cap, which I didn't put on because wigs already are hot for me. So, yeah, I thought I would show everybody my Love Me hair. I like it. So, if you want to try something new, and I think she said she paid about $80 for it. So, girl, I got to cash app you your $80. But let's get to my ungrateful moment. So, a few days ago, I went on a little mini vacation to Atlantic City. So, if you know my history, you know that I am from New Jersey and from the Shore Points. And so, I decided to go to Atlantic City. I go to Atlantic City all the time. And I stayed in this hotel that I haven't stayed in about 5 years. I've been staying in a different hotel that starts with the letter B, but I decided to stay in the hotel that starts with the letter T, and I was super disappointed. I was disappointed in the room. I was just disappointed in the just everything, right? So I was just complaining. I was like, I'm never going to stay here again. I complained about the elevators. I complained about everything. And I was there for 3 days. And I was just like, I'm never going to come here again. Da 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 da. Complain. And felt very justified in complaining. Now, I didn't complain to the staff because there was hardly any staff. If you know anything about Atlantic City, you know that they have really suffered. They were suffering economically before the pandemic, but since the pandemic, they have been suffering economically even more. So a lot of the staff have been terminated, and so there was hardly any like clean staff. It was just a skeleton crew, and so that made it even worse. So then I was really complaining, but I didn't complain to the staff. I was just complaining to the people I was with. Um, so okay, now in order to get back to where I live, I go through the city of Philadelphia. So if you know anything about Philadelphia, Philadelphia is a struggling city also. High level of violence and a high number of homeless people. So keep in mind, now I'm driving back from Atlantic City, and I go over the main bridge, one of the bridges, to get back into Pennsylvania, and I am still complaining in the car. I'm complaining to my husband and my daughter, and I'm sorry, did I snort? And I am just complaining, 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 and they're like, okay, it's over. We're going home. All right. We'll never stand there again. So as we're coming over the bridge, there are a lot of freeway overpass, and under those overpass are homeless people. So they set up their tents and their where they stay, bedding and all of that stuff. And so usually when you go over the bridge, and at the base of the bridge, there is usually someone asking for money, someone begging for money or whatever. And so in that moment, I get stopped at the light, and I'm looking. I can see, their area where they sleep, and then there is a man approaching my car. Now, normally I would I roll my window down and give them money, whatever. So I could see him, and his head is down, and he's kind of like asking people car to car for money, but his head is down. And so I'm thinking like, why is his head down like that? Like the shame of where he was in his life was written all over was written on his face and his demeanor. But when I looked up and looked back at him, all I saw was, first of all, in my head, I'm thinking about, damn, you were so ungrateful. Like you had a place to sleep, food choices. Not only were you, in a hotel that is a reasonably nice hotel, you are going back to your nice home, your nice life. And now I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at him in his shame, in his whatever, he was going through in that moment that I felt. And I saw him, and I saw him in a different light. I saw his beautiful dreadlocks. He had these big, beautiful dreadlocks all the way down his back. I mean, he could have used a retwist, but beautiful dreadlocks. And so I told my daughter, okay, hand me money, hand me a $5. And so as he approached us, I rolled my window all the way down, and I said, look up. Look up, King, to him. And he looked up. Oh my God. He had the most beautiful brown eyes, right? So this beautiful hair, dreadlocks down his back, these beautiful brown eyes. And he was an older African American man, older man. And I was like, I want you to stay up. You look up. I love you, and I got you in my prayers. I'm praying for you. And he looked back at me, and he looked up at me, and he was like, I'm gonna pray for you too. And in that moment, I was like, damn, like how ungrateful can I be? Like how ungrateful. I look at some of the nonsense that's going on, even on YouTube. Me being a YouTube creator, and like involving myself in some of the YouTube stuff that's going on, I'm like, y'all gotta stop. Like, really. It is people, this man that was at that light, really for me said a lot in just that moment of grateful, being grateful for what you have, and being grateful for what you don't have that you don't even know that is coming, but being grateful. And so that's my message. That's it. Um, if you have homeless people in your city and you see them approach you, or you know where they live, or where they keep their bedding and all of that, reach out and look out for them, because you never know what could happen in your life that you can end up in that very same spot. Very same spot. And so that's my message. I've worked with homeless people for many years, and there's always a story in their life, whatever got them to that point of being homeless. And if you take the time out to embrace someone who is homeless and living on the street, I promise you, their story is going to bless your life. It is. Their story is going to bless you. Even though you might bless them with $5, $10, $20, what they can give back to you is far more valuable than what you're going to give them. So that's it. That's all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you're looking to change your look, think about one of these wigs, girl. You can do a lot with this. Put it up, put it back, any of that. All right. Well, thank you.